Good morning, Year 1. I hope you're all well and I hope you had a lovely long weekend. So, today is going to be the last lesson on Goldilocks and the Three Bears before we move on to non fiction text tomorrow, which you'll find out more about tomorrow. I hope you're all ready for the lesson and show me those looking eyes. Fantastic. Show me those listening ears. Awesome, well done. Let's start by writing the long date and the learning intention, which is Monday the 11th of May, 2020. And the learning intention for today is to be able to write a letter. So pause the video and do that now. Okay, Year 1, so have you ever received a letter before? Oh, have you? Okay, so what was the letter about? Can you tell your adult? Okay, did you keep the letter to share again? And did you write back and send a reply to the person that gave you the letter? Okay, right, so let's see what the different types of letters are. So you can give or receive an invitation in the form of a letter. So if you're inviting someone to maybe your birthday party, you can write it in the form of a letter. Maybe you're telling a friend or a relative about your day or about your holiday, or maybe in this case about how it's going in lockdown and what you've been up to. Maybe you're writing a thank you letter and you're thanking someone for something they've done for you. Or maybe you're writing a letter of an apology. So an apology is when we say sorry for something. Maybe it's something that we've done that we feel bad for and we want to write to them to say sorry to them. Okay, so here is a letter that I have written all of you, Year 1. So let's read it together. There's the date. Dear Year 1, how are you? I miss you all very much. I have been missing Grange School, but keeping myself busy by baking delicious cakes, reading interesting books, and gardening in the beautiful sun. I have also enjoyed looking at all of your brilliant work online. What have you all been doing? Kindly write back to me. From Miss Zadie. So that's my little letter. It's a little bit short, but just to give you an idea of what my letter looks like. So let's have a look further at the letter. So we start off by writing the long date, and the date tells the reader when you wrote the letter. Okay, so I've written Dear Year 1 because I'm addressing the person or people that I'm writing to, so they know that it's to them. Okay, and then there's some kind of a main point or a main reason behind your letter. So mine is to tell you all that I miss you and to tell you what I've been doing over the past few weeks. Okay, and at the end, you don't have to do this, but I've written a question to all of you by asking what have all of you been doing. So it's something to ask the reader to answer back when they reply to you with their letter. And then I finished off by saying goodbye and signing my name so they know, so all of you know who the letter is from. Okay, so if we just for a second pause and think back to Goldilocks and the Three Bears, okay? So last week we were looking at the fantastic story and we did some story mapping, we did some comprehension questions, we worked really hard with the story. So let's see what question there is. Right, what happens at the end of the story? Can you remember? How does the story end? Do they all have a big party together? Goldilocks and the Three Bears? No, I don't think so. So what happens then? Well, Goldilocks runs away from the bear's house. Well done if you got that correct. But did you know, Year 1, that when Goldilocks returns home from the Three Bears' cottage, her mother is waiting by the door. She's very angry as she has just received a phone call from Daddy Bear, who told her exactly what Goldilocks had been up to. Her mother demands that she writes a letter of apology to the Three Bears immediately. Do you remember that the word apology means when we want to say sorry for something? And from last lesson's video, we looked at the word immediately. Immediately means right away, so it's quite urgent. So Mum's quite angry and she wants us to write a letter as Goldilocks to the three bears to say sorry. So, but why does Goldilocks need to say sorry? Do you remember? You can pause the video and tell your adult now. Okay, so let's have a look and see if you're right. So, the first thing she did was she went inside the bear's cottage. She shouldn't have done that, should she? The next thing she did was she tried all of their porridge and she even finished Baby Bear's bowl. Now, that was not her porridge to have, was it, Year 1? The next thing she did was when she sat in Baby Bear's chair, she broke it. That was not her chair to break, was it? And the last one is she slept in their beds and she even fell asleep in Baby Bear's bed. So, if you are in my phonics group or Mrs. Meta's phonics group, have a look at the Grange website in the Year 1 English section, and there should be a document that looks like this. Okay, I think it's called Goldilocks letter template. So you can download it and you can do your work on this. If not, you can do your work in your books, that's fine too. You're going to write a letter of apology to the three bears as Goldilocks. So you're Goldilocks and you're saying sorry to the three bears. Your letter must include why you are writing the letter. So maybe you can start with, I'm writing this letter to apologise for what I have done, or to say sorry for what I have done. You have to explain the damage that you caused in the bear's house and how you feel about it. You have to also include a punishment that your mother has set for you. So maybe she has said that you can't have any dessert for a week, or maybe she said that you have to clean the whole kitchen. And the last one is how you might be able to make it up to the three bears. So something that you can do for them to say sorry. Something nice you can do for them. So again, remember to do it really nice and neatly over here or in your books. Please remember capital letters, full stops, finger spaces, use your phonics mat, and there'll be a word mat coming up in a minute as well. If you are in, here's the word mat that you can use. If you are in Miss Morgan's phonics group, you're going to either print this or copy and complete this in your books. So let's read it together. Dear, who are you writing to? I am writing this letter to say sorry for entering your something. I should not have eaten your something, sat on your something, broken Baby Bear's something, and slept in Baby Bear's something. My mother has said that my punishment is, so you think of something here. I hope I can make it up to you all by, and then again think of something to go there. Please let me know what you think from, and then I think we all know who the letter is from. So that's if you're in Miss Morgan's phonics group. If you're in Mrs. Khoker or Miss Thurlow's phonics group, then I've attached both of these onto the Grange website as well under Year 1 English. It's called Goldilocks Letter with Pictures. So what you have to do is you have to figure out which of these pictures goes in which of the boxes here. So you can either cut them and stick them, or if you want to, you can even draw the pictures, that's okay too. So, dear, I'm very sorry for eating your, sitting on your, lying down on your, it won't happen again from Goldilocks. So here are the pictures to help you so you can cut and stick them and put them in the right place. Okay, here I have a little checklist for all of you. Okay, so if you're in my phonics group and Mrs. Meta's phonics group, you might want to use this after you finished your whole letter. So I can use capital letters at the start of my sentence and a full stop at the end for some of my sentences. I can use my phonics to help me spell words correctly. I can spell some of the Key Stage 1 common exception words correctly. I can write my lowercase letters the right way around, starting and finishing in the right places. I can write my lowercase letters at the correct sizes compared to each other. So just making sure your handwriting is all looking really nice and you've got no letters that are much bigger than letters next to them. And the last one is I can use finger spaces between my words. So you can go along and tick this one off as you do it, or maybe you could get your adults to mark it using this checklist at the end. Okay, Year 1, that's it. Remember to send in all your work to the Year 1 email address, and maybe I will put you on the shout out video if you do really well. So thanks for listening, guys. Take care.